What's going on YouTube? This is Sidney Cumbie once again with yet another makeup video. Alright, this video is just going to be a simple zombie trauma. Jacquelyn Coon just recently did a zombie trauma video on me. She did a cheek prosthetic. It was an RBFX prosthetic, just simple wound on the cheek. Turned me into a zombie, but a very subtle zombie. And in this video I did the exact same thing. I just did a simple cheek prosthetic on the opposite side of the one that she did on me, and I tried to do just a really subtle zombie, not go too crazy with it. I did step it up a little bit, put a little bit more blood into it. The color wasn't exactly what I wanted it to be, but it is a zombie. It is trauma. I mean, you can barely mess it up, just make it bloody, right? So that's about it. I hope you guys enjoy this video, because here it goes. What's going on, guys? Looks like I'm gonna be running you guys through this zombie trauma makeup. I had Jacquelyn Coon do one of these on me, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do one on you. So we did opposite cheeks and different prosthetics from RBFX. This is the Jacquelyn Coon part. This is where I do makeup on her. So here we go. Let's do this. Alrighty, so what I'm doing right here is I'm pre-painting the piece with PAX paint, because with foam latex prosthetics you have to seal them with PAX paint or Prosade. So I'm going in just with PAX colors by Surprenant, and I'm just painting it in. Again, this is all undercolors, under painting, so it can be, you know, broad strokes, but you know, I try to get as much little detail in here as possible, just to have it ready so I don't have to do a lot of painting when I have it on the skin. This is just going to make it much easier and quicker for the model or the actor by pre-painting the piece. And that's what I'm doing right here. I have a Delium tool. I think it's like a liner brush or a detail brush that I'm using. It's a really nice little brush. I'm just painting in all of the gore spots right now. So I have like a maroon, a red, and a purple ready to color in these spots, and I'm only going to use a tiny bit of purple mixed in there to make the color a little bit more maroon. And the colors will change once it goes on the skin, and how it looks on camera and everything, and with blood and with painted in blood. So you know, don't think that this, you know, it looks really fake and weird right now, but don't think this is going to be the final look. Of course, it's going to have many other colors. Alright, so right here I'm just painting on a generic flesh color, and I'm knowing that this is not going to match Jacquelyn Coon or my model, or I'm just going in with a flesh color to sort of seal it, and I know I can sort of correct it when it gets on the skin by using alcohol colors on top of it and blend it in and making it look good. This may be a little bit too orange, too yellow, or something like that. So I am going to change it up just a little bit once I get it on the skin. And as you can see, these, you know, this is broad strokes. Nothing. It doesn't look crazy awesome right now. It doesn't look like skin. It looks very flat. But once I get it applied on the skin, you will see a big difference. And this is sealing the prosthetic. Before you do any other colors, any alcohol, any watercolor, any grease paints or anything like that, seal it with PAX first. This is foam latex. PAX has to seal foam latex for it to be painted. So make sure you guys are not making the mistake of trying to do it without PAX. So now I'm using a bent liner brush to apply a little bit of Prosade on the back side of this prosthetic and pin it down on her face where I want it. So I did a little bit up under the eye. And the reason I'm sort of pinning it down right there, this prosthetic is a little bit too big for her. So, and as you can see right there on the lip, I put a little bit of zinc oxide. Zinc oxide is going to dry everything out and make sure it sticks around the mouth much better, because if you don't put a little bit of zinc oxide, the prosthetic might want to come off because of the moisture in the mouth. Now to get back to the prosthetic, is a little bit too big for her, so I wanted to pin it where I knew I needed it, which is right up on the eye, and then go around it right there. Usually what you do with a prosthetic is you go from the center outward, but on this one, and because it's on one side of the face and it's gore, you can bend the rules just a little bit. And whatever works for you. If it works, you know, one way, then do it that one way. So what I'm doing is I'm lifting up the prosthetic up under it, and I'm just applying Prosade and laying it right down. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you are gluing everything up under the prosthetic down. If you do not glue everything up under the prosthetic down, you're going to get a weird wrinkle when your actor makes a weird face. So if there's a little like dry spot up under the prosthetic, it's going to have a weird wrinkle there. A good thing about gore is that you can sort of open it up and usually put the glue up under there where you need it. So I'm laying it down, I'm gluing all up under it with the Pros-Aid, and I'm going over the edges with a little bit of Pros-Aid, stippling it on there. The Pros-Aid is going to absorb through the prosthetic because foam latex is basically a sponge, so really thin edges. To lay those down, you can lift them up, go up under it, or you can just stipple over the top of it and it will absorb through and glue down on the skin. And as you can see right here, I'm powdering the whole thing, especially around her mouth and around the eye. If you are working around someone's eye, either, you know, if it's up top, make sure their eye is closed. If it's down below, make sure they're looking up. And as soon as it dries, make sure you powder it so they don't make a weird face and it doesn't stick. So be warned. So right here, I'm just blending it off into the skin with some more packs. And this pack looks really, really orange and kind of crazy. It definitely does not match her skin. And I knew this from the beginning. I was like, oh, geez, it looks so weird. But I'm using a Delium Tool stipple brush to sort of stipple and blend it out onto the skin and cover up that tattoo a little bit right there. Now I'm just gonna fade it and I'm gonna blend it with some alcohol color so I don't have to worry about the PAX color. So now right here I'm using a little bit of an alcohol color to sort of fade that orange, to kill the orangey yellow look. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. This is a zombie, and I sort of like zombies have a little bit of a jaundiced look, but because this is going to be so subtle, I'm going to try to blend it a little bit better with her skin. So what I did is I stippled a little bit of European Body Art flesh colors on there, and now I'm going in with some more of their airbrush paints, some flesh colors. I'm just basically spattering it on there with their Epic Dot airbrush with a little bit of red to sort of bring it to life, and then some lighter flesh colors to sort of blend it all together. It's looking a little bit better. You still see a little bit of it, and you know, things look different on camera than in person, so make sure you're checking the camera and seeing what it looks like on camera, because I have these bright lights, and the bright lights are sort of blending it all together for me. And when you look at it on camera, you'll see maybe you'll see the subtle differences, or maybe it'll cancel out the subtle differences. So just be warned. Look at the camera and see what it looks like. So now I'm going around the eyes with a little bit of the bruise wheel, just making her a little bit more stressed, a little bit more sickly looking on both eyes. Now I didn't go in with alcohol colors because she has really sensitive eyes, and if I use a little bit of alcohol color, like right here, I used a little bit, and it was a little bit harsh around her eyes, so I tried to do it real quick. I like to use grease paints around the eyes, and the bruise wheel, just it's a little bit less harsh, of course. All right, it's starting to look okay. She's definitely looking sickly and everything. I can see the little bit of a color difference that I'd like to change, but and did not. And now what I'm going to here with this is the PPI Blood 5 kit. I like this little kit because it has a whole bunch of different bloods in it, even though I mainly use the blood that I'm using right now, which is the this blood is like a dried aged blood, and I'm painting this in alcohol color, so this color is going to stay. And now I'm going in with a little bit of their Fleet Street drying blood. This is PPI Fleet Street drying blood. It's one of my favorite bloods. I put it in the wound and I spritz it with a little bit of water and I let it drip down the skin. It makes it look super realistic. The blood doesn't beat up on the skin. That's why I like it so much. And I like the dark version, which this is the dark version, because everybody likes a darker blood. Alright, so now what I did on her face is I put a little bit of, that's alcohol color, like a dried blood. I wanted for her to look a little bit more messy than I looked last time. Just so we have a little bit of variation so we don't look exactly the same. So I put a little bit, and I kind of wanted to do a little head wound on her as well. So right here I think I'm going to I am still doing a little bit of blood around some areas, trying to make it look really gory. Yeah, just painting it on. This is all alcohol colors right here. So now I'm doing her hair. This is zombie hair. What I do is I spritz a little bit of water and I put a little bit of conditioner in their hair to make it look sort of greasy. On this one I didn't want to go too extreme, so I didn't do a lot of conditioner, I didn't do a lot of water, just a little bit, because this is more of a subtle zombie. I'm not really peeling anybody out, I'm just doing a little bit of gore on the side of the face. And now I'm putting a little bit of Glisten Up. Glisten Up is just this shiny material to make it look sweaty. I probably shouldn't have used as much glisten up. It's too shiny. It's not that great. It looks way too sweaty, and you know, I wanted a little subtle sweat, but I might have put a little bit too much, and I'm using a Delium Tool stipple brush right there. So I put a little bit of a head wound on her. I think I go in a little bit darker with some blood in the head wound. In head wound meaning just in the hairline, I just put a little bit of blood to make it look like she's bleeding from the head. I wanted to add a little bit more to this makeup than just a ripped cheek. And it's looking pretty good. The skin actually matches pretty well, especially with all the blood on it. It looks okay. For a zombie film, you know, you'd barely even catch it. But that's the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys got something out of me voicing over. I know I'm scatterbrained when I do these voiceovers. I know I don't mention everything. And again, I always do one voiceover, and that's the voiceover I use. So I don't like going in and doing this again and again and again. It gets tiresome. But if you guys share, subscribe, and all that good stuff, I get more subscribers. I will be able to make way better videos. Again, prosthetics are super expensive, and makeup as well. So yeah, these videos are a little costly, but I do it because it's fun, and there's a lot of you guys out there that want to learn this stuff. So subscribe, share, like, comment, do what you do. Support the arts. And until next time, guys, keep doing makeup, and let's see what you got. Thanks. Bye.